Alright everyone, quick video. Kyle Rittenhouse verdict. It seemed to me from the very earliest stages of this story, when I looked at the video footage, that Kyle Rittenhouse was exonerated. I was surprised it went to trial, and thankfully the jury looked at the evidence, listened to testimony, took their time, and came to the right conclusion. Not guilty on all counts. This is justice. A lot of people are angry because they want to believe the white supremacist narrative, the vigilante narrative. But none of that is true. The jury saw through all of that malarkey. Thankfully, Kyle Rittenhouse can go live the rest of his life. I mean, look at the narrative. Did you see Kyle's response to the not guilty verdicts? The way he was crying and choking back? It's the exact same thing he did when he was on the stand. He wasn't faking when he was on the stand, but LeBron James and others wanted to ridicule him for having fake tears. That judgment was profoundly important to him. Had he been faking on the stand with the tears, why, that would be one thing. But for him to fake, once the judgment's already been delivered, it's already in the judge's hand, no need for him to act. I believe he was sincere. He truly was overwhelmed with that not guilty verdict. He was overwhelmed recalling the moment that he had to defend his life and take others' lives. I don't think the kid did anything wrong. Oh, but he crossed state lines. Oh, yeah. He went and put himself into trouble. That's not an argument. I cross state lines every single day coming in and out of work. Just going shopping, I have to cross state lines. I live that close to the border. He followed the letter of the law, even in that regard. As for putting himself in harm's way, would you argue that a prostitute that kills someone that's trying to kill her should surrender her right to live because she's doing something unsavory? Of course not. Well, Kyle wasn't doing anything unsavory. So how can you say that he should surrender his right to defend himself because he put himself in danger? No. The putting yourself in danger is separate from his right to defend himself. Should he have stayed home and not gone to Wisconsin? Maybe. Hindsight probably shows that he wouldn't have had any of this stress. If he stayed home and watched Netflix, none of this would have happened, right? But the fact of the matter is, if you go shopping to Target and you get carjacked and you have to kill someone to save your life, do people second guess you? Well, why were you going to Target? Did you really need those supplies? No. That's irrelevant to the fact of, did that person need to use deadly force or force in general to preserve their life? Kyle had every right to preserve his life. He did nothing, in my opinion, or even as exposed through testimony and evidence, to indicate that he did anything to instigate the assaults, the attacks that were perpetrated upon him. So yes, I think justice was served. I don't know what else I can really say that hasn't been covered. I do believe that he should sue, and sue big. Look at what the Covington boys did. They sued, and there was a settlement, but those boys are probably well off right now. And Kyle certainly should be suing for defamation of character, libel, slander, whatever applies. Even our president, Joe Biden, who inferred that he was a white supremacist, should come under scrutiny. I'm not sure how slam dunk that one will be, but there are so many other political pundits that accuse him of being a white supremacist, being a murderer, being a vigilante. I certainly hope that they get their pants sued off of them, because our media, especially the media, needs to learn to be unbiased when it comes to reporting the news. And people that offer editorials need to be held accountable for the things that they say if they are libelous or slanderous. So, this story isn't done, but thankfully Kyle won't be going to jail. Not guilty I'm happy for that. Now, there still is a potential that Gage or other people could sue Kyle. But thankfully, the testimony was so crystal clear that Kyle did nothing wrong, that testimony will most likely exonerate him in a civil matter. So I think Kyle will probably be okay. But at the end of the day, let's just rejoice and be thankful that he's not in jail. Truth won out. It doesn't always win out. I was really worried that this case could shake my faith in our criminal justice system because it was such a no-brainer. If they messed this one up, I don't know. Like the Ahmaud Arbery case is being tried right now. And that one's way more complicated. I don't know if I'm 100% on the side of either party. All I know is from what I saw from the original video footage, I would like to see more of the testimony and more of the evidence. So that one seems to be less important to our legal culture than the Kyle Rittenhouse case was and is, because it was just so huge, this Kyle Rittenhouse case. Accusations of white supremacy, a white guy that shot 3 other white people. There was no racism involved. It's just silliness. So I'm just going to wrap this up real fast. I'm happy that Kyle Rittenhouse was exonerated, found not guilty, and hopefully the young man can go live his life and be successful and productive. I hope he has learned a lesson from this, and that is the legal system works, and we should all use caution in making decisions. But if you are put in that position to defend your life, sometimes you only have one option, and that is to use force, maybe even lethal force. So let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm happy that Kyle Rittenhouse was exonerated, not because of any reason that you may think other than justice was served, in my opinion. Had Kyle been a young black man in this exact situation with the same testimony, I would have been rejoicing for the black guy. Race is irrelevant when it comes to justice, and I hope you feel the same. God bless.